Hello everyone, welcome to the SharePoint Online tutorial. Myself Roslyn, and in this video we will learn about the SharePoint Online My Feed web part. And these are the few headings that we are going to cover in this video. First we will see what is SharePoint Online My Feed web part and how we can add and edit the My Feed web part in the modern SharePoint site page. And finally, we will see how we can share and save the items that are present at My Feed web part in modern SharePoint site page. So what is SharePoint Online My Feed web part? Actually, the My Feed web part allows us to view the most relevant content that are presented across our SharePoint site page. The contents that are displaying in the My Feed web part are presented in the Microsoft Office 365. The feed page will be unique for each and every user. The user who has access to the SharePoint site page can view their feed items in the My Feed web part. The My Feed web part mostly displays the recent documents and the shared documents that are presented across the Microsoft Office 365. We can also see the modified documents in the My Feed. So this is how it looks like when we add the My Feed web part into our modern SharePoint site page. Now I will show you how to add the My Feed web part in modern SharePoint site page. Initially, log into the Microsoft Office 365 and open the SharePoint application. Once the page has been opened, select the site page where you want to add the My Feed web part. In this example, I am going to choose the communication site page. When the site has been opened, click on the edit icon presented in the top right corner and choose this section over here. In this example, I have selected the one column section. Now in the plus icon, search for the My Feed option and choose the My Feed option over here. You can see here the content has been added. By default, automatically it takes from the content that are relevant to the Microsoft Office 365. So this is how we can add the My Feed web part in our modern SharePoint site page. Now I will show you how to edit the My Feed web part. Click on the edit option, edit web part option. Here you can see the maximum number of items that we can display in the My Feed. By default, the items will be 5 and the maximum number of items that we can display is 15. If you want to include the SharePoint news, we can enable this option to yes, or we can enable the toggle control to no. In this example, the maximum number of items that I am going to choose is 3. Here you can see only 3 items has been displayed in the My Feed web part. Now click on the republish icon so that the changes will be saved. Here you can see the My Feed web part has been displayed only 3 items. So this is how to add and configure the My Feed web part in our modern SharePoint site page. If you want to share any item, here you can see the share option is presented. Directly we can choose the share option and we can enter the name of the person to whom you want to share the item and click on the send option so that the selected user will receive the item regarding the item that has been shared with the link. Click on this option to save for later. Like this we can save it for later and we can view the particular item later. This is how to save for later and share from the My Feed web part in our modern SharePoint site page. There is another way that we can also copy the link and share the item by enabling this icon, and we can easily copy this link and we can share it with the user to whom you want to share the item. In this feed, I have displayed only the 3 items. If you want to see all the items, then in that case we can use this see all option here. It will redirect to that all items page and it will display all the items that are presented across the Microsoft Office 365. And it will display the relevant content into My Feed web part. So if you want to move this web part, we can easily choose the move web part option. If you want to duplicate this web part, we can select the duplicate web part so that it will be added into the another section. If you want to delete the web part, My Feed web part, we can simply click on the delete web part option. Click on the republish icon so that the changes will be appear in our modern SharePoint site page. With this, we came to the end of this video where we have learned how to add and configure the My Feed web part in our modern SharePoint site page. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please click on the like button and do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.